Hey, welcome back. Time to do another draft here on this Tuesday afternoon. The Super Bowl's over. The NFL season is sadly officially over, but now it's on to 2024 for sure. And we are going to do a 2024 best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy. If you've got the itch, which let's be real, if you're watching this video, you probably have the itch and you haven't tried Underdog yet, go do it. Sign up at Underdog. Use our promo code ENDGAME when you sign up, and they're going to give you $100. Or I shouldn't say they're going to give you $100. That'd be cool. They're going to match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So you can deposit as much as $100, and they're just going to give you that money, and you can start drafting right away, just like I'm about to do, with that money they give you. Or you can use it on pick'ems, player picks, if that's your thing too. Whatever you like, you can take advantage of that free money. Use it. Start drafting now. Get an idea of where these players are being valued, how drafters are valuing players, and for the big tournaments that are coming up where you can win literally millions of dollars. But today I'm going to do another little board, which is a $3 entry small tournament. You can see them there. They have two right now. They have the little board. This is what I'm going to do. $3, $150,000 in prizes. Or you can do the big board, $10, $2 million in prizes. A much bigger tournament, much harder to win, but you get more money if you do win. But I'm going to do a little board because I keep talking about this. I'm waiting for Best Ball Mania, which is their big yearly tournament they do. Millions. I don't even know what the prize pool will be. The prize pool might be 10 million this year. I don't even know, to be honest. So I'm waiting for that one. So right now I'm just kind of using these, kind of warm up, practice, get a feel for ADP. So let's hop into this little board. And if you want to do these drafts with us, you can join Underdog, sign up, and all you got to do is when we click on this thing, hit this enter button right here, and you usually get right in with us. They usually are not full. In fact, this one's got 4 full, so 6 spots. If you want to hop in here, there's a couple more. I'm wondering if that was a couple of you jumping on in. For those who've never done it before, this is a half PPR, best ball only, which means you only draft. There's no in-season management, no waiver wires, no setting your lineup, none of that stuff, which means you can do a ton of these and it won't affect your dynasty leagues, your redraft leagues. You can do these on top of all that, and you won't even realize you did them by the time the fantasy season starts. And it's a ton of fun, a great way to practice for your real drafts, a great way to have fun with fantasy all year long. Highly, highly recommend it. So we need about 3 more here. It should start shortly. 4 more people. My bad. 4 more people. It's a 30-second clock. We start 1 QB, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. And again, every week the computer is going to set your optimal lineup. So it's really nice in the sense you don't have to worry about, like, oh man, who do I start this week? Or if somebody gets hurt, you don't get screwed. Like if you put, Jonathan Taylor in your lineup and he gets hurt in the first play, it's like it didn't screw you because a different running back will take the spot. So drafting is a little different in this, of course, because of that. You're going to have 20 rounds. It's a 20-round draft, no kicker, no defense. So we're going to draft a bunch of running backs, a bunch of wide receivers. I've somehow gotten 2 quarterbacks in every draft I've done so far. Not by plan, just the way it's worked out. And probably 3 tight ends, maybe 4, depending on who we get at tight end. We'll see how the draft goes. And so far, I think this is my 4th or 5th draft, maybe my 5th draft. I don't know. I've had nothing but middle position so far. And now I get the 9 spot. I think I've had 6, 7, 8, and 9. One of those spots. So 9 spot. I see Clayton's in here. What's up, Clayton? Nice to see you in here. All right. So I'm going to share the draft board so everybody can follow along with the picks. And I will also, be responding to comments while we go. Really, really hoping at some point here I can get a non 6 through 9 pick. We'll see. Orador, what's up in the Dynasty draft? Saying good luck. Thank you. Why didn't you jump in here, buddy? Should have gotten in here with me. JST, what's up? 11 Ice. All right, he's saying 11 Ice is DRSP in the draft. Where is he at? Oh, he's right ahead of me. Okay, he's going to snipe me. 11 Ice going to snipe me. They hate spot. Clayton in the draft. What's up? Crypto is pick 11. All right, he's got pick 11. I would have much preferred pick 11. All right, here we go. Draft is underway. So I've done. Actually, I guess I've only done 3 now that I think about it. So I got Brees Hall. No, I got Bijan in the first draft. I think from pick 9, and then I got Brees Hall from pick 7, Monroe from pick 6, and now I'm pick 9 again. So we'll see. Ooh, Brees Hall all the way up to 4. So we'll see how it goes here. See if ADP's changed at all since the Super Bowl. Did everybody enjoy the Super Bowl? You don't have to answer, Clayton. I know how you felt about it. Everybody else enjoy the Super Bowl? What'd you think? All right, there we go. Pretty standard. All right. Well, he took Puka there, so I went Bijan last time from here. I think I got to go Bijan again. I do like Gibbs. I do like Gibbs. I think I got to go Bijan again. Yeah, Jefferson already a steal. He went over 1,000 yards. Barely missed like 5 or 6 games, and he had to finish the season with Nick Mullins. Yeah, I think people have kind of forgotten how good Jefferson is. We got Saved Rock in here again. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's how I always say it, but it's Sevad RC. All right, 4 picks away here. Another running back in round 1 for me. Not my preferred strategy, but keep getting these picks here, and kind of what you have to do in this range. What's up, Miguel? I'm pretty sure I went Bijan DJ Moore last time that I had this exact spot. Would have been nice to get Nico just to differentiate. I don't want to have the same build. Let's get crazy. Get a little crazy here. We'll go RB, just so I don't have the same exact build. Just so I don't have the same exact build. Not something I normally do, RB. It's definitely going to be a different draft for me. But it can certainly work in this format. It can definitely work in this type of format. All right, JSC saying got the Colts and Cardinals as real sleeper teams, and the Falcons could be interesting with a QB upgrade. Totally agree. Yeah, Colts were actually top 10 in scoring last year, and you got to feel good about the Cardinals with a healthy Kyler Murray and potentially adding Marvin Harrison. And yeah, Falcons are legit a QB away, a good QB away, a good QB away. Like imagine if the Falcons sign Kirk Cousins free agency. All right, since we went RB, we're gonna have to really attack wide receiver, tight end, maybe even QB for a bit now. It was really a much. I will say now I've had experience. It feels like a big advantage getting one of those first 6 picks. In this case, one of the first 7 picks. But getting to start with, like last time I went, Amon-Ra, Brandon Ayuk. Who was my wide receiver? Chris Olave was my wide receiver 3. I mean, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice getting one of those picks. Clayton saying Marvin Harrison climbing. He's getting him in the late third, early fourth when the little board was first released. Yeah, the hype is building. The hype is building for Marvin Harrison, no doubt about it. Clayton with the Jefferson Ayuk start. That's nice. That's very nice. Very nice. All right. Okay. Yeah, Malik Neighbors. It's Marvin Harrison to me, a tier of his own. He has the potential to be Justin Jefferson. He really does. Then it's Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze are my next two. I think they're both in the same tier. Man, I never get Laporta. He never falls to me either. All right, definitely need to probably go one of these wide receivers here. Let's see what Ice does here. All right, I'm gonna go with Tank here. I don't mind that. I don't mind Tank here. Let's take Tank. Get on the board at wide receiver. Hopefully a decent one comes back around to us. Clayton saying he thinks Neighbors is Harrison tier. Harrison obviously has a size. I give route running to Neighbors. I don't know. Marvin Harrison, that dude can run routes. He can do everything. I just think Marvin Harrison is as complete as it gets as a prospect. I don't know. I keep hearing people talking about Neighbors route running. I feel like Neighbors more like he's not a bad route runner by any stretch, but I feel like he's more on yards after catch, athletic guy, not necessarily a route technician. All right, I was really hoping to get Lamar here. Let's take T. T is a guy who can see his ADP. His ADP could certainly skyrocket in free agency here. I know that report came out that they're going to franchise tag him, but you never know. You never know. Let's go with T here. Michael's saying he's surprised to see Rashee Rice go ahead of a guaranteed 100 ball guy like Pittman Jr. and even Olave. I'm totally with you. I don't understand the Rashee Rice hype. I really don't understand it. I like Rashee Rice, but I don't know. I feel like it's out of control. Like he's not one. He's my issue with Rashee Rice is especially in this type of format. This is best ball. We're looking for huge weeks. Because again, we don't have to worry about like, oh, do I start Rashee Rice or Chris Olave this week? The computer takes care of it for us. We just care about the guys who can put up the biggest weeks. I don't feel like Rashee Rice has huge spike weeks potential. I feel like he has good weeks, but are we going to see like those 25, 30, 35-point games from Rashee Rice in this offense next year? Especially if they, draft a true number one wide receiver or somehow pull off like a T. Higgins signing or even like a Mike Evans if they want to go more of a veteran route. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't feel like Rashee Rice has the kind of ceiling I'm looking for in that range personally. So I agree with you on that one. Yeah, I don't mind that Pacheco pick. I again, I went RB, so I couldn't really. I mean, I could, but it would have been tough to justify another RB there, especially in a format like this where you're starting 3 wide receivers and a flex. You know, you don't want to fall too far behind a wide receiver. JSC saying, I'm not a fan of drafting former backup running backs and wide receiver 2s. Well, there's only so many wide receiver 1s. I mean, I get it, but I mean, how many wide receiver 1s are still on the board? Like, yeah. All right, so we'll see how this goes. Wow, Trey McBride all the way up to pick 51. You're not kidding, Clayton. Wow. Wow. I don't even think Trey McBride is draftable in this format anymore. And I'm not even joking because you're just at such a disadvantage for everybody who got him so much later. Like you're it's a losing battle. You've already lost. Already lost if you draft Trey McBride now. Michael saying his favorite picks of mine so far, Achane and Tank Dell. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully they go off. Hopefully they go off this year. Again, in this format, it's you really have to look at ceiling. All right, I think this is a no-brainer CJ Stroud pick to stack with Tank. Sometimes things just fall right, and this is one of those cases where CJ Stroud on the board at this spot. We got Tank Dell. We get the stack. No-brainer there. No-brainer. Clayton asking Neighbors or Tank. I'm just a bit off of Texans wide receivers. No clue if they'll draft BTJ or someone. I don't think. I doubt they'll take wide receiver. I mean, you got Tank. You got Nico. I don't feel like that's going to be a major need for them. I mean, they may draft like a day 3 wide receiver, or maybe if somebody really good falls way farther than they should. But I don't feel like that's going to be a priority for them. So I'm not too worried about it. All right, I'd like to stack another one of these wide receivers here. 11 Ice saying taking all the rookies. Nothing wrong with taking rookies this time of year. This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. All right, I got Terry last time. Let's go JSN this time. Spread out that exposure a little bit. Let's go JSN here. For starting RBRB, I'm actually liking this team. Michael saying, what's your thoughts on Drake London? I drafted him in the 5th round. He was total bust. Yes, he was. Luckily, we drafted CD, AJ Brown, and got Puka off waivers. Okay, that'll make up for drafting Drake London, no doubt about it. Obviously, I mean, we got to feel better the fact that it's Raheem Morris. He's not Arthur Smith. He's going to get his best players involved. It's going to matter the QB, right? It's going to really matter the QB. But I think the Falcons, you look at this Falcons team, you know they have talent all over offense. They have young talent on defense too. This defense isn't that far off. This is a team that literally, they get a QB, they could be like this year's or last year's version of the Texans, right? A team that makes the playoffs and wins a playoff game. I mean, you got to think they're going to try to get a Cousins, maybe try to trade for a Field, maybe try to trade up for a QB. So if that happens, you got to feel good about Drake London. He's still a super talented guy. And what's crazy is how young I don't think people realize how young he is. Like, he's younger than Puka. You know what I mean? Like, he came into the league really, really young. So I still believe in Drake London. But obviously, it's going to matter who the quarterback is. All right, JSC, not feeling Tyjae Spears. I'm curious your thoughts on why you don't like Tyjae Spears. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Michael saying London could have kept us from winning the title. I mean, when you got CD, AJ Brown, and Puka, I don't think Drake London's enough to keep you from winning. Although I know AJ Brown kind of faltered down the stretch, but I mean, CD and Puka, yeah, you were good there. You were definitely good there. All right. What are we looking at here coming up? Would have been a gift if Christian Kirk fell to us, but nope. It's all right, though. Of course, Clayton with the Brock Purdy pick. So JSC saying don't view him as a true workhorse. All right, that's fair. He did catch a bunch of passes last year, though. I think he can be like a Devon Achane type. All right, a couple picks away here. All right, let's grab a rookie. He's not even. All right, let's take a rookie wide receiver here. Yeah, Ramondre is interesting. I'm on the fence for Ramondre. I certainly don't hate drafting Ramondre. I mean, certainly in the 7th round, I don't hate taking Ramondre. But I can see it going either way with Ramondre. I really kind of hope Savard. Oh, good. I was hoping he would take a tight end because I was just going to take the other one. Make it easy for me. I don't have to try to decide. I think I probably slightly prefer Ingram anyways. So I think Brock Bowers will be top 5 tight end. I I know we got spoiled by Sam Laporta last year, but man, it's generally tough for rookie tight ends. It's generally tough. Oh, Miguel, that's right. That's you at Savard. That's right. Yeah, thank you for taking Njoku and just making my decision easy. Yeah, I mean, he has a talent to finish top 5 for sure. It's obviously going to depend on where he goes, how he's utilized. So, but he certainly has the talent for it. But I mean, we've seen guys like, David Njoku, Evan Ingram. These guys were extremely talented prospects. Kyle Pitts, of course, that didn't do anything, and it took him years to start doing things. So you never know with tight end, but because Sam Laporta smashed last year, I think that's why we see Brock Bowers going so early. Michael McBride went in the 5th, pick 52. Pick 52. And yeah, Pollard in the 7th. He's definitely burned some people. Hey, I agree. Something tells me Jordan Love and Brock Purdy have Kyler Murray is a mistake. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Especially if they draft Harrison Jr. It's why I drafted an unstacked Kyler Murray last time, because he fell to me at like pick 100 something. And I was like, I have to take him here. Yeah, I feel like Kyler Murray going to remind people that he's a top 5 fantasy QB this year. All right, we are in the... Yeah, there's some guys coming up I like. Let's see. Let's see how this falls here. I mean, I could consider T-Law here for the stack with Ingram, but it doesn't completely excite me. I could finally get back to running back, depending on which one of these guys falls. There are some wide receivers here I like. All right, I took Jameson last time, or at one of my drafts. I haven't gotten Josh Downs yet. Let's get Josh Downs. I like him to have a breakout year this year. I think we can break out. Man, it's crazy seeing Dallas Goedert this far down. Like, I get he wasn't great last year, but he was also injured. Oh, we got a little QB run going here. I was going to take the discount on Sutton. I do like Shakir. Let's go back to running back, though. I like Chase Brown. Let's get Chase Brown here. I think even with Mixon, he's a guy that can give you multiple spike weeks outside the top 100. If Richardson was still available, would I have taken Stroud? Probably simply for the stack. But what I probably would have honestly done is I would have taken a different position and then I would have hoped that somebody behind me took Richardson and Stroud somehow made it back. But if I had to choose, I would have taken Stroud simply for the stack in this format. But in a vacuum, I'd prefer Richardson. Chuba's interesting. A lot of people are on Chuba right now. We'll see. Yeah, it seems like good value for Dallas Goedert. Yeah, I think Chase Brown, actually on tomorrow's video, if you guys check it out, I talk about Chase Brown. I think I don't want to say he's like the perfect late round running back, but he's one of the late round, like the type of late round running back I love drafting because he's one of these guys that even if Mixon is back and is healthy, he can still give you big weeks because he's the type of guy, he'll catch passes, he can rip off long runs, long touchdowns. But if Mixon goes down, he can absolutely be a potential league winner. So that's the kind of running back profile I like in these late rounds. 49ers fan saying, "What's up? I'm sad." Yeah, that was a tough loss, but I mean, I don't know what you could do. I don't know what you could do there. I mean, just 49ers didn't take advantage of their opportunities in the first three quarters to put the Chiefs away. They could have put them away in those first three quarters, and they didn't. That was the difference in that game. I mean, honestly, if you think, like, there's some bad, like, okay, the McCaffrey fumble was crushing because you were marching down the field. You were at the Chiefs' 29-yard line. You had picked up 6 yards, 18 yards, 11 yards, and 11 yards. The Chiefs' defense was on their heels. That drive was certainly ending in points, maybe even a touchdown, the way the 49ers were just dominating, just blowing the Chiefs' defensive line, just blowing them away. That one was crushing. And the punt that went off the guy's foot, I mean, that was just a brutal bad luck. Because, instead of the Chiefs getting that touchdown, the 49ers have the ball and all the control still. So those to me were two of the biggest things in that game that, yeah. All right, I'm really not a lot I like on the board here. I mean, I don't really have a stack. Yeah, let's go with Rashawn. I like him too. I feel like I keep drafting him. I feel like I'm going to be overweight on Rashawn. Jeudy getting traded. I don't even care if Jeudy gets traded. He's bad. He's bad at the game of football. He just is. He would be like, if he got traded to the Chiefs, he would be like McCole Hardman. Like every now and then, okay, he'd have his moments, and people would be like, "Oh, there we go." It'd be like Juju a couple years ago. He'd be like Juju a couple years ago. I think Cortland Sutton is so low because we don't know who the quarterback's going to be. All right, let's see here. Let's go another rookie wide receiver. I'm going pretty rookie heavy here. I heard you're a big Ridley fan. I'm not a big Ridley fan, but he's better than Jeudy. But he's not. He used to be good. He wasn't very good last year, but he's still better than Jeudy. Jeudy is. Oh my gosh, Jeudy, bad. All right, I'm not sure how I feel about these last two picks, to be honest. I don't know. Wonder if I should have gone Cousins over Mitchell. I heard you drafted Madison first round. Yeah, that's us. I don't think I've drafted Madison ever anywhere. Even last year, I don't think I drafted Madison in a single spot. Like, never. All right. All right, we're at the part of the draft where everybody takes a full 30 minutes. I didn't call Madison a normal guy. I think I called him just a guy. Just a guy. He's just a guy, which I guess could be a normal guy. He's just a guy. Do we? Well, that answers that question. Well, and there goes Drake May. Not sure I'm liking how the second half of this draft is going. All right, another wide receiver. It's what my team needs. It's what my team lacks. And QB. All right, there's still some options out there. Still some options. So weird how we get to this part of the draft and everybody takes like, maybe it's just in my head, but it feels like we get to this part of the draft and every round takes longer than the round before it. Like, does the clock go up to 45 seconds and I don't realize it? Ugh. I was hoping Gino would make it back to me. Not that I like Gino, but for the JSN stack, but oh well. Well, I just realized Todd from PA is in here. It's been around a while. Where is he? He drafted from the 2 spot. All right. What is that? Clifford the Big Red Dog. All right. Can't say I'm a fan of the second half of this draft. All right. Do I like Juwan? Kind of like Juwan this year. Chiefs won't like all these rookies. I mean, yeah, you would definitely want some rookies, but you don't want a team full of rookies. All right. All right, I think we're going to go Will Levis here. I don't really want to take Daniel Jones. Five to seven rookies out of 20 rounds. It feels good. It feels okay. I think it depends where. I mean, if they're all your later round picks, okay, but that's a big percentage of your team that's rookies. 5 feels doable to me. How many do I have here? I have 2 right now. Yeah, five feels like the upper end to me. More than that, I feel like, man. I mean, how many rookies really come through outside of like guys like Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan, like guys we know? Ugh. Yeah, I mean, if you're taking rookies this late, that's fine because they could see their ADP climb, and if they, don't go as high in the NFL draft as we think, or they go to a bad situation, you can always balance out your exposure, getting other people. Although I will say this little board looks like it's about 80% full, so, and you only get 20 max, 20 entries. But Best Ball Mania will be out soon, and that one will go all year, all off season long. So, or most of the off season. Oh, only you would take Davis Allen that early. That's your sleeper tight end. I was like the first one drafting him. I thought you got that from me. I took him in our dynasty startup, and Vorador didn't even know who he was. Vorador's like, who's that? All right, I'm more than happy to get Chig here, though, especially with stacking with Will Levis. Yeah, I think I took Davis Allen in maybe in the first best ball draft I did. Yeah, Davis Allen, huge sleeper tight end. Tyler Higbee, ACL in the playoffs. Doubt we're going to see much of Tyler Higbee next year. Hunter Long, come on. Davis Allen could be the guy. Yes? No? All right, let's gamble. Gamble on running back here. All right, I think we're going to finish. Do I feel good enough at tight end? I don't know. I might go QB tight end. Might go QB tight end to finish. Not sure how I feel about this team. Stroud, Levis, Bijan, Achane, Brown, Rashawn. This team definitely is going to need Bijan and Achane to smash to have a chance. Nothing wrong with Jennings there. I thought he was going to be the Super Bowl MVP for a while. I'm not really big on Alec Pierce, to be honest. Broski's saying, I hate when the players aren't called out. Like, you want me to call out every pick? Like I'm doing a play-by-play? Is that really what people want? You want, like, Michael Thomas, pick 216. Who's still drafting Michael Thomas, by the way? Is that a thing? Do people do that? Like, I'm legitimately asking, do people say that? Like, do people legitimately like call out every pick? Odell Beckham picked 217. JJ McCarthy, who I was hoping would make it back to me, picked 218, and now I don't know who my third QB is going to be. Terrible. Yeah, AR-15 does have an arm. He can get the ball to Alec Pierce, no doubt about it, but I worry that Alec Pierce is going to be nothing more than one of those guys who occasionally hits a home run while he's on your bench and then does nothing when he's in your lineup. JJ McCarthy, 219. Alexander Madison. No, I'm sorry. JJ McCarthy, 218. Alexander Madison, 219. Kenneth Gainwell, 220. Is this, I really... Not digging, not enjoying the second half of my draft here. For sure. Aiden O'Connell, 221. Ryan Tannehill, 222. Josh Reynolds, 223. All right, coming up here. I'm on the clock. I guess we're going Bo Nix. Oh, boy. Bo Nix is my QB3. I feel like I'm playing. Yeah, it's kind of weird to read. Chris Rodriguez, 226. Is he really that low in drafts? That's crazy. I feel like he should be higher. All right, probably going tight end here. Let's finish this thing off. Izzy. All right, let's go with Brevin Jordan. Final pick. And let's hope Dalton Schultz goes somewhere else. There's Tyler Higbee. I am not drafting Tyler Higbee this year. Kareem Hunt. $11 asking, you seen Frank Gore's kid, and then some kind of emoji that I can't see. Broski asking who my QBs are right now. It's not good. CJ Stroud, that's good. I got the CJ Stroud Tank Dell stack. But then my other QBs are Will Levis and Bo Nix. Yeah, I think I've made some mistakes in the second half of this draft. Like I probably should have grabbed Cousins or Stafford when I could have. And then maybe I should have grabbed like McCarthy or Penix there. I don't know. QBs are definitely dicey, to say the least. Do I have a certain strategy when I draft like all wide receivers? No. I mean, I have a strategy in the sense that what I do early will affect what I do late. So in this draft, instead of showing, I usually show my team, but here I'll just go over my draft. So I was here at the 9th spot. I got Bijan at 9. And then I went with Achane at 16. I don't normally go RB, but I already have drafted. I was going to take Nico if he fell. He didn't fall. I've already drafted DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, Marvin Harrison. I've already drafted Bijan a couple times. I don't want to just keep making the same team. So I decided to mix it up, go RB. So because I went RB, I then attacked wide receiver, QB, and tight end for a while. So it can affect my strategy that way. Or on the flip side, like in my last draft, I think I took 4 straight wide receivers, and then I kind of attack other positions. So then I went Tank Dell, T. Higgins, CJ Stroud for the stack. Probably my favorite pick, the easiest pick of the draft. I took JSN. Haven't drafted him yet. Brian Thomas Jr. as my wide receiver 4. Then I got Evan Ingram as my tight end 1. Josh Downs as my wide receiver 5. Then I finally went back to running back in round 10. Got Chase Brown, Rashawn Johnson. This is maybe then where I should have gone like Cousins, because I went with another wide receiver, Adonai Mitchell. And another wide receiver, Joshua Palmer. And then another wide receiver, Demario Douglas. And then I was forced to take Juwan Johnson, Will Levis, Chig Okonkwo, who I do like, Will Shipley, and Bo Nix to finish my draft. Oh, and then Brevin Jordan. So I think maybe instead of like Adonai Mitchell, I should have probably gone like Kirk Cousins. Have a better QB2. Oh, well, I didn't. But that's generally my thought as far as like my draft strategy. What I do early is going to affect what I do middle and late, if that makes sense. So because I started Bijan, Achane, I'm basically betting those guys are going to be awesome. If they're not awesome, I'm probably going to lose. But if they are awesome, they're going to carry me all season long. So I don't necessarily need a bunch of running backs. So, and then on the flip side, like last draft, I think I went Sun God, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, Zay Flowers were, I think, my first 4 picks. So now it's like, okay, those 4 guys should carry me all year. Now I got to focus more on running back, tight end, QB, other positions. So hopefully that makes sense, what I'm trying to say there. Thoughts on first round quarterback? I can't do it. I personally can't do it. I mean, what quarterback this year, outside of maybe Josh Allen, would you have drafted in the first round and felt okay about it? Like not Lamar, not Mahomes, not Hurts. None. I can't do it. I think second round is where I would consider it. For me, it's more like round 3. Because I just feel like there's still such good players on the board. So for me, it's round 3. Breece Hall at pick 4 feels aggressive. I think we're going to see, I really think because he's a running back, I get it. I hear what you're saying. But because he's a running back, I really think we're going to see people debating Christian McCaffrey or Breece Hall by the time August comes around. I really do. I really think we're going to see that. Should we? I don't know, but I think we will. All right, so there we go. So there's my draft. Here's my team. Let's see. Here's my team. Not a huge fan of my quarterbacks. CJ Stroud, that was great, but then it kind of fell off the wheels. Fell off a little bit. Will Levis, Bo Nix. Hopefully CJ Stroud is awesome all year, and I don't need those guys too much. Did start with Bijan and Devon Achane to start the draft. Got Chase Brown, Rashawn Johnson, and Will Shipley late. Went Tank, T, JSN, Brian Thomas, Josh Downs, Adonai Mitchell, Josh Palmer, Demario Douglas at wide receiver. And again, because I started running back, I take more wide receivers, give myself some more shots. And then again, since I waited so long on tight end, went Evan Ingram. I took 4, went Evan Ingram, Juwan Johnson, Chig, and Brevin Jordan. All right, guys, there we go. Again, this is Underdog Fantasy. Don't forget, if you want to play, if you want to do these drafts, not only do they have this one, the little board, they also have, let's go back to drafts. They have the little board, the big board, and pretty soon they're going to have their Best Ball Mania, all sorts of tournaments, all off season long. They also have pick'ems that you can do. My computer's slow. But anyways, they have pick'ems, like player picks for all sorts of sports. There we go. Obviously, when my computer's slow, but whatever. You get it. They have all sorts of stuff there. And if you look at the little scroll bar down there, if you want to try it out, you want to do some of these drafts, you want to do some of the pick'ems, you want to do both, sign up with our promo code ENDGAME. They will match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. They're just giving you money that you can use immediately to do these drafts, do pick'ems, whatever you want to do. They have new customer specials. I think right now it's for basketball. It's Luka Doncic, however you pronounce his name, Luka, the guy from the Mavs. So check it out if you guys want to join and try these drafts. Again, they're going to have them all off season. We're going to be drafting all off season. Oh, and by the way, possibly, not guaranteed, but possibly on Thursday, I will either be doing another one of these drafts or we will be doing our first sleeper mock draft of the year. So definitely be here for that. If you want to get in on that, you want to draft with us in a free, non-paid draft, you can do that with us on Thursday. And yeah, Broski, I agree. I think Will Levis, I think a lot of things are lining up well for Will Levis. So maybe that pick won't be so bad. All right, guys, appreciate you being on here, chatting it up with you. Always makes drafting fun. Like I said, Thursday, get ready. It'll either be our first mock of the year or another one of these. And tomorrow we got another video coming out. Keep watching them. All right, guys, appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.